This film demonstrates how to replace components of the drum brake. For the correct installation of brake components, the following tools are required. Dial indicator supported on a magnetic stand for drums with integrated bearing, torque wrench, and further standard tools. After lifting the car, you should first check the wheel bearings clearance. If the wheel bearings have clearance, they should be adjusted or replaced. Now, remove the wheel and perform a visual inspection to detect visible defects. The brake line and the hose can now be accessed easily, allowing us to check their condition. If rust or leakage is visible, the brake line and the hose should be replaced with new ones. Brake hoses should be replaced every 2 to 5 years, depending on the vehicle. Bosch brake hoses are characterized by the use of OE identical connectors and hose materials, a maximum mechanical strength, and chemical resistance to oils, fuels, and environmental influences. Loosen the parking brake cable before brake drum removal. This is necessary to take off the brake drum easily, as the brake shoe will not be jammed into the brake drum. Unscrew the central nut fastening the brake drum to the wheel bearing. Remove the brake drum. The drum brake consists of a brake cylinder, brake shoes, a self-adjuster unit, and return springs, as well as a brake drum. Now disconnect the parking brake cable. Then unhook and release the springs holding the brake shoes and push the guide pins out. Loosen the brake shoes from the anchor and take them off. Then proceed to remove the cylinder. Disconnect the brake line and withdraw the bolts from the brake cylinder. The next move is a thorough cleaning of the backplate. Check the backplate for deformations, signs of advanced corrosion, and inspect the condition of the rivets and fittings. Any areas on the backplate in contact with the brake shoes should be covered with a thin layer of grease, as they are subject to friction. Also, put some grease on the anchor plate. Bosch recommends Superfit lubricant. Bosch Superfit is characterized by a high resistance to washout, an outstanding thermal behavior, and damping of resonance vibrations. While performing a brake service, check the condition of the brake cable carefully. Now, check if the brake cable moves smoothly in its conduit, with no resistance. Check the conduit for cracks, cuts, and damage. Bosch offers a wide array of brake cables. These are characterized by high-quality materials and a high wear resistance. A damaged brake cable may lead to brake shoe jamming and overheating of the brake system. Now the brake shoes will be changed. For this purpose, Bosch offers Kit Super Pro with significant advantages. The Kit Super Pro provides all spare parts required for drum brake replacement in both wheels and is already pre-assembled. Pin retaining clips, springs, 2 wheel cylinders, anti-seize compound, and 2 pre-assembled brake shoes with self-adjuster. This provides significant advantages, like a simplified, time-saving ordering process with 1 part number for all parts, a simple space-saving storage at your workshop, and an approximately 50% shorter installation time with the Kit Super Pro. The fitting procedure is incredibly easy. For easy comparison, the brake shoe replacement procedure using the Kit Super Pro is presented on the right panel. On the left panel, the separate parts are being fitted together. After mounting the brake cylinder, reattach the brake line and take the plastic protectors off the pre-assembled Kit Super Pro. Anchor the pre-assembled brake shoes in place. Position the brake shoes on the pistons. Insert all pin retaining clips, guide pins, and hook springs. Finally, reconnect the parking brake cable. The brake shoe installation with Kit Super Pro has finished. It only took 3 minutes. The mechanic using separate components is now fitting the second brake shoe and still has to assemble the self-adjuster, the upper and bottom springs, and to reconnect the parking brake cable. Compared to the Kit Super Pro, installing separate spare parts takes over 6 minutes, which is more than twice as long. Clean the removed brake drum of rust and dirt. Pay particular attention to the friction surface. In cars with an ABS sensor ring, you need to be careful not to damage it during cleaning. Use a caliper to measure and check if the drum's maximum diameter has not been exceeded. This information can be found in the EasyTronic. If the diameter of the drum is within allowable values specified by the manufacturer, it can be reassembled. This one does not comply with the required limit values and has to be replaced. If the brake drum is heavily corroded or deep scratches are visible on the friction surface, the drum needs to be replaced as well. An uneven friction surface causes a significant reduction in braking effectiveness. Now, the brake drum will be replaced. Bosch brake drums are characterized by high-quality materials, a high friction coefficient stability, and an accurate fit. Slide the brake drum over the axle and screw down the central nut. Information about the required torque is included in the EasyTronic. Put the protective cap back on. The brake bleeding procedure is the next step to be performed. Brake bleeding should always be performed after any work on hydraulic elements. The required type of the brake fluid is specified in the vehicle service manual. Please stick to the bleeding instructions. You can find them in the EasyTronic. Now, adjust the parking brake cable. Adjustment procedure may vary depending on the vehicle brand. They are provided in the EasyTronic. Before installing the wheel, inspect the condition of the contact surface between the rim and the brake drum. If the contact surface is dirty, corroded, or visibly tarnished, it needs to be cleaned. Refit the wheel, then tighten the bolts. Lower the jack completely, then tighten the bolts with a torque wrench according to the procedure found in the EasyTronic. Now, test drive the vehicle and follow the bedding-in procedure to maximize brake performance. The bedding-in procedure establishes good contact between brake shoes and brake drums. Then, the wheel bolts should be checked and adjusted again with the required torque. At least a brake performance test is carried out on a roller brake tester. Measurement results should be printed and presented to the client. Benefit from Bosch as a strong partner. Bosch provides for the aftermarket and workshop sectors tested and reliable products, individually adapted and tested solutions for every vehicle, brake components exceeding legal standards, and an established professional support for the workshop with testing systems, trainings, and services from a single source. Full support for your brake business.
Bosch. Invented for life.